Do you want to know how to get green fingers and the very best out of your garden? Then watch Garden Time with Serdar ARAPOÞLU and Sue Ghazi on Ada TV on Saturdays at 3 p.m. and repeated on Sundays at 12 noon. Garden Time, North Cyprus's favourite English language gardening programme. Hello and welcome to Garden Time with Serdar ARAPOÞLU. My name is Sue Ghazi and today we're going to talk about lawns and the care of lawns, aren't we, Serdar?
Yeah, I think we're going to leave the garden today because we are in the garden.
We are indeed.
I believe we can explain the garden lovers better how they need to look after the lawn and what they need to do exactly.
Yeah, well, this is actually such an impressive lawn. It's just like a carpet, isn't it? And it's difficult to imagine that we can have such green grass like this in Cyprus, especially because of the, the hot sun.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is possible, isn't it?
It is possible. Depends. You have to know what area you are, and of course your garden tiles. If you have a shape or so many trees and shade, you have to choose that kind of the grass. And if it's all the time like here, all the time under the sun, for this grass is kikiu. It's called Australian kikiu.
Yeah.
Mostly in the Cyprus gardens, this is the one they're using it. And again, important how to look after it.
Yeah.
Time you watering it, how many times a day or how many times a week. What time a day you water it, what vitamins, what chemicals you use, what kind of the lawnmower you use for your grass. Everything from the beginning until the end is important.
Yeah, and this is where the planning comes into it, isn't it?
We're always saying,
right at the beginning of the series of the programmes, you always said that the planning of the garden is so important.
It is important. So what we did here, this garden is a unusual garden also. Under system is different. We have drainage system, which is, you can see that there is a well water there, which is when you water in this garden, the water is go down if you water it a lot, or also rainwater we use it back as well. So when you water the garden, there is a pipe under the soil. They take too much water straight away in the water tank, and you can do it back again. You can use it garden again, especially when it's the rain as well. A lot of rain also goes again down and back garden summertime.
So you're actually recycling the water, aren't they?
That's
the
rainwater,
exactly, and that's good because the natural rainwater is so much better for the garden than tap water, isn't it?
It is.
No chemicals or anything in it.
That's first thing. Another things, very very hard time of the season, you use the rainwater or little bit water. If it's too much, again it's come back to your garden. This is important. Yeah,
but I'm so surprised to see how green it is. So I suppose that's in the feeding.
From the beginning, again we are going to say soil.
Right.
Yes, you used to for this, right? Yeah. As you can see the soil, because this is very new grass, because before it was here Bermuda.
Yes.
And we are at the moment we are thinking to weather is keep getting dry, especially this winter. We didn't have strong winter, so we decided to change it with the kikiu. Bermuda grass is more greener, more lead, but they need a lot of water.
Yeah.
Kikuyu grass, they don't need much water,
Yeah.
which is just right for this garden.
Yeah. I mean, this Australian kind of grass, it's just right for the climate of North Cyprus, isn't it?
It is, it is. For the full sun, we use here kikuyu grass,
Yeah.
Australian kikuyu grass. There is another grass which is mostly they use it on the football areas,
Yeah.
which is Bermuda. But that grass is winter time, is not looking nice. And there is another grass, which is again they use it for the football areas as well. It's called Festuca,
Yes.
but mostly is shade area they like.
So this is perfect then for, you know, full sun.
Full sun, yeah. We are, of course, this time of the year when you look the grasses and the gardens, they saying, you have a weeds more than grass. So we're going to talk about a little bit what you need to do about the weeds in the grass and the color again. And especially when the grass from the beginning, when the weeds start to come in, we have to watch out from the beginning.
Right.
Because when it's settle down the weeds, after to clear up that weeds is harder.
That's it. I mean, if you can try and prevent the weeds in the first place, or at least if you have one or two weeds, if you take them out quickly before they start to seed, then that's going to make life easier in the garden, isn't it?
Exactly what you said, sir. Because as you know, the weeds, they have seeds, they drop in the soil or the lawn, and you start to get a lot of weeds. And of course, there is a kind of the weeds ground cover, which is the most dangerous one. Because
yeah, they're the difficult ones, the one that creeps along through the grass.
Exactly.
Yeah, difficult
those
to
ones
get out.
clean up from the lawn is harder.
Yeah.
It's harder and it takes long time. And even though there is a weed chemical, which is the light one, which is the grass, they don't kill it. The round one, weeds, they kill it. Even those one, the ground cover one, is not working.
Does it not?
It's not working at all.
Oh dear.
So yes. So this means by hand working all the time. So as Odesu says from the beginning, if you take care of your garden and you clean up the weeds very beginning of the job, you are get easier job and better performance, of course.
Yes.
And then another things, if you're gonna use the chemicals, you have to choose the right of the season. From the April or March, you can use the weed killer in your grass. Of course, don't use it summertime.
No.
Which is...
It's too strong for it, isn't it?
It's too strong.
Yeah.
And it's gonna burn your lawn, and you're gonna end up with the trouble.
Yeah.
This is important. But always we are saying, if you're gonna use the chemical, after you have to use the vitamins, which is the iron vitamins, bring the color back, because doesn't matter how much you care about the lawn and you do it the right way, the chemicals to kill the weeds, you end up with the yellow lawn. So afterwards, there is some things to follow, which is from the beginning, we can use this vitamin, which is iron past too much, which is the shows here, when it's get yellow.
Yeah.
We can use this to bring the color back.
Right, so these are actually in granules. Would you sprinkle it on, or would you mix it with water? How would you use this?
There is two. One, you mix it with the water, and one, you just the granule, you drop it in the lawn, and you just water it, and it goes away.
I see.
Which is very light, which is very easy. It's very easy to...
Oh yeah, it's just like little blue pellets, isn't it?
Blue pellets. It's very easy to water, take it away, and the reason they are ball on like this, not small, it doesn't break it down very quickly.
It takes time, so that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good because all the strong, it doesn't go straight away in the lawn. So slowly, this, when you put this on the lawn, at least it takes 15 days, 20 days to go away.
And the good thing about it being coloured blue is that when you're sprinkling it, you can see where you've been. You're not sort of looking, oh, have I done that bit, and give it too much, maybe.
This is very important.
Yeah.
This is very important. And another things, which is, at least you can see how many days they are there. Because springtime, if you like to give the vitamin your lawn at least 3-4 times, you can see it still there, and this means giving you the idea, no, still there is a vitamin in your garden, so you don't need to give more.
That's it.
This is
good idea.
Yeah. And again, we are saying with the lawn, we have to use the right tools for the lawn machines and everything.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So now there is one here. And of course, style of the when you lawn the grass is well important. So we are going to show how they need to lawn the grass and everything.
Yeah.
With that way they can get some idea. First of all, we are going to give the start for it. You press the engine and that engine is on now. And now when you press in the door,
there's quite a difference there, isn't there? It's like magic, isn't it?
Little touch, and look what's happened. Like a carpet.
Yeah, but that's good though, because it's not gone too short, has it? I mean, you have to be careful that if it goes too short, you can cut out some of the roots, can't you?
There is an adjustment here. You adjust how you're going to, what size you're going to cut. Depends what you like. And another thing's important, when you lawn your grass, you don't let it to go too high, because if it's the lawn go too high, this time it's be difficult to keep it like this green.
Yeah, and of course it's going to be difficult for your lawnmower as well, isn't it? It's going to be hard for the blades.
Yeah.
But this is also a good idea as well, isn't it? That it collects grass at the back, and it's not just collecting on top of the grass that you've just mown.
Because sometimes if this grass is left behind, if they break it very small. Is good fertilizer actually, but if not, like normal carting, is bringing you lots of fungus, lots of sickness for your lawn, which is you will be in the trouble. And always when you're spraying your lawn for the worms or for the insects, for the fungus, you can mix it together, like fungus chemical, insecticide for the worms, and vitamin.
Right, so instead of having to do 3 different jobs, you can put it all together and just do it in one job. Oh, that's easier, isn't it, then?
It is easier. One go, we say 3 mix this, and you just spray it. But there is something which is you need to follow when you're doing this. First of all, you have to lawn your lawn. Cut the grass. Yeah. Then water it. So you have to cut the grass, and then water your grass very well.
I see.
Very nice, plenty water in for your grass. This is all in the morning, very early in the morning you need to do this. And then spray with these 3 together.
So you wouldn't spray directly onto dry grass then?
No.
I see.
Because you burn it first of all, which is after spraying, at least you have to give 3-4 days for this chemical to work. Which is this mean, if you don't water it very beginning of the job, and if you go back how many days you haven't been watering the grass as well.
It's going to dry up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to dry. So it's always, if you water it very beginning of the job, you give chance later, you keeping your grass wet and enough water later, enough days to this grass stay healthy.
Well, I'm sure that's very useful, because perhaps people don't know that you can combine these 3 jobs in one, and that saves an awful lot of time and also a lot of effort, doesn't it?
It is, and especially when you're using the chemicals, for the worm chemicals, there is one is breaking the eggs as well.
Yeah.
If you use that kind of the chemicals and you mix it with the fungus chemicals, the vitamin, one go, 3 jobs together.
Oh, that's great. Because I know in this sort of climate, some people might sort of think, well, it's such hard work maintaining a lawn. It's hot weather and we have to, spray it, or we have to cut it, or what have you. But as you've explained it now, it's not quite as difficult as we might think. So we might have a go at preparing alone.
Yeah. Every job same so.
Yeah.
If you're doing the right things for the job and right things very beginning of the job, you are making your job easier. This is the grass for the enjoying, the garden for the enjoying. But if you cannot do the right things and the grass is end up very bad looking and everything, you start to fight your garden. And this is not enjoyed anymore.
That's
You
it.
start to fed up and you say, you give up. You don't cut your grass anymore. You don't spray it anymore. And you end up with the jungle and you're saying, no.
Then you think, let's put some tiles or some concrete over it.
Or gravel. Let's
Yeah.
gravel it, you say, yeah.
Yeah, but what a difference it makes when it's green, doesn't it?
It is.
You know, it's more
especially-
life to it.
Yeah. Well, as we always see in Cyprus, for English people, they don't choose much lawn. Because in your country, there is enough green.
Yeah,
And you're not thirsty for the green garden anymore.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you always, the most people, especially holiday houses, they say, I visit my house once a year, maybe 2 times a year. So what's the reason? Keep watering it, keep spraying it and look after it very hardly, and then you don't enjoy it with the much time. You don't spend much time in your garden.
Yeah.
But for the local people which is comes from the inland and they for good here, they can go for it. Even little area is give you that test garden that test.
Yeah.
I'm sure because I've been living in England used to be, so sometimes I miss that green things
Yeah.
in this country.
I mean, it certainly makes a difference, doesn't it, having all this greenery around, because we're used to, you know, more arid conditions, more dry conditions in most places.
Exactly.
But if you're
Exactly.
sat outside and you're among the green grass, you can sit on the grass or whatever.
You enjoy
It's so
it,
much
yeah.
different.
Because as you said, when you look this country, everywhere is dry.
Yeah.
And when, and when you come your garden, when you come your house, you can enjoy with the green and
Yeah,
everything.
that's it. It can be a little oasis.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be big area.
No,
Very simple, small area.
it's enough, isn't
Is
it?
enough to test that garden and everything.
Yeah.
And of course, we said again, right tools. The corners is very important. So when you want to trim the corners, there is a couple tools I like to show here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the edges there.
Yeah.
How do you do them?
Yeah, this is for cutter.
Oh,
Very
I
easily.
see.
Yeah.
So it goes up and down, but it cuts.
Yeah.
That's very comfortable, actually,
Very
isn't
comfortable.
it?
You can try if you like. You can try.
Yeah, let me just.
Yeah, just from there you can try.
Oh, that's very easy, and they're very sharp as well, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, very sharp.
Yeah.
With the hedging, very easy to use.
Yeah.
And this one, not for cutting here.
Oh.
There is this. This one is for saving plant. You press that, and you just press the button,
Yeah.
and you just cut. If you want to try this one as well.
So I'll try this one as well.
Yeah, press two
Right.
together. Two together. Yeah, that one and that one on the bottom. I'll show you soon.
There we go.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Very easy to use.
Yes, that makes life very much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's very enjoyable job and very easy to do, isn't it?
It's very easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes life very much simpler. You've got a very good result there as well, next to the edges there.
Yes, it's very easy to use, very comfortable, and you enjoyed it, isn't it, when you do the job?
Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it?
It's
Good
fun, yes.
excuse to get out in the garden
And
then.
you can see how clear it's cutting and everything.
It is, it's very, very sharp, isn't it? Very
Yeah.
good cut.
But it's not danger, it's very safe.
Yeah. And it's good that you don't have to have a long electric flex as well, isn't it?
No, and if it's big area, yes, this is good as well, but if it's big area,
Yeah,
for doing this all the time,
yeah,
for doing this,
yeah.
if you try, it's easier. Look. That's it.
Yeah, it's very easy, very quick, isn't it? Yeah.
And now I show you one more thing, sir.
Yeah, what's that?
Lever system,
Uh-huh.
which is you press that, and if you don't want to lay down, There is a button from here,
Yeah.
and you just do this.
Oh, that's even better, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't have to lay down.
Yeah. So if you've got a bad back, you know,
if
there's
you
no
have a
excuse,
backpack
is
and
there?
you
You
want
can
to do
see.
this job, how quick and how easy you do it. Look. Very easy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right up to the stones there.
So, when you use the right tools for the right job,
Yeah.
it's easier, isn't it?
It's so much easier, isn't it? What a difference it makes.
Yeah. You wonder this?
Yes, I was wondering what it was actually.
Yeah. This one, again, vitamin.
Yes.
But as you see here,
Yeah.
it's showing the grass is missing. So, if you have an area which is the missing, you put this vitamin,
Yeah.
and this vitamin is make the grass to go that area.
Really?
Yeah. It's taking the grass straight away, that area, and it's covered that missing area very quickly.
Right. So if you've got little areas in the lawn, for example, and
Yes.
there's no grass growing there, what do? Do you just sprinkle it on, or
You
you
just
water
gravel,
it in?
you just rub it. So it's very good.
Yeah, that's good to know actually, that you don't have to sort of start digging and laying another piece of turf. You can actually use this product then, sprinkle it on the bare patch, and the grass will grow again.
Yeah. Or lay down the seed again or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
With that way, you can make your job easier.
Yeah.
To make your grass more carpet.
That's brilliant.
It's good.
Good idea, yes.
Yes. So, what we're saying, if you do spray in your garden early in the morning, you water it, and then you choosing the right tools for the lawn. You don't let the weeds to grow everywhere
Yeah.
in your grass, and you're keeping your grass green. You can enjoy your lawn better.
Of course, yeah.
And we are always saying, if is the grass area is too big, and you're making the life harder, you can always make the flower beds. On your behind, you can see the lotus here, which is they flower like fire flower, hanging ones. Very nice flower.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And will they stay out all summer?
All summer, all winter,
summer.
they always there. Especially springtime, they
Yeah,
flower.
yeah.
You can see all this good collection here, which is the give the colors for the garden and everything. And your left side, you see the special petunias.
Oh
these
yes,
ones.
these were the ones we were talking about,
Yes,
weren't
this
they,
is
at
the
the
one.
garden
Yeah.
centre,
Yeah, this is
the
the one.
black ones.
Yes, this is the one. So we lay down the different color petunias as well
Yeah, yeah.
to give the color as much color we can give the lawn area, flower beds. You can enjoy much better.
And especially with the green of the grass, it looks wonderful, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
with the green and the color everywhere,
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah, and of course they will spread out during the spring months and the summer months, so it's
do.
going to be absolutely full of colour over there, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, which is what we're looking
This is
for.
all getting your garden ready for the summer,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
And again, if you put some fruit trees for your garden, you can get some shade and the more green and everything. Of course, always there is one in the middle, Araucaria, which is very nice.
that's very special, isn't it? Yeah.
Christmas time, we just put some lights on it and everything,
Yeah.
and it looks nice.
Yeah. And of course then, in the shade as well, you've not forgotten it around the bottom
we
of the
put
tree.
we
You've
put
got
the
colourful pansies there.
yeah.
They're
We put the
beautiful, aren't they?
pansies, and they give exactly some color as well. But this tree, this Araucaria tree, first time I saw is started giving the seeds as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, you can see them at the top there.
Yeah, they have to be strong enough, big enough. They start to give the seeds, and you can see how settled down this tree in the garden, and strong, green leaves, very healthy tree, and you can see the electric there,
Yeah.
which is the special days, special nights. We put the lights
Yeah.
to give chance us to enjoy the garden nighttime as well.
So are you going to try and grow some of these trees from seeds as well?
Yes, exactly. You know me now.
I thought so.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. Well, when you're growing, it is much different, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But it's nice to have a challenge as well, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah. So this is it about grass, and there are some questions in my email. I like to answer them, and if you have some as well, we can always. There is one question which is saying there is something under the lawn which is making some areas holding the soil up,
right,
and eating all the grass. This is, we calling it the soil worms.
Yes.
Which is difficult to kill it.
Yes, I think we call those things that you're referring to, we call them worm casts.
Exactly.
It's the soil which the worms are bringing all up, isn't it, to the top? Yes.
Exactly. So what we do, you can just normal bread, because even how much you spray the grass, it doesn't make any effect in them at all. It doesn't affect them at all. So you put the chemicals in the bread, and you leave it in the lawn.
Really?
And they just come out and they eat it. This is the way only you can get out with them.
Really?
Yeah.
So would you put that on top of the worm cast, or just around it, or where would you position it?
You drop just some areas, not everywhere. Just some areas. Mix the soil. We mix the bread with the chemical and just leave somewhere. Or there is another things we can do. We call this, the powder you do bread, kepek we call it.
Yes.
You mix that.
The bran, yes.
Yeah. You mix that, the bran. You mix that together with that.
Yes.
And it's working there very well as well with that way.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm sure that lots of people don't actually know that. And of course, Serdar is always willing to help. If you've got any problems at all, you can either email him or call him or actually go into Mediterranean Garden Centre.
They're very welcome to help them. Yes, there is one more question. I'm going to answer that as well.
Yeah.
When they see the butterflies in the grass, they're asking, there are so many butterflies in my grass, and what this means.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do about it? And is it bad or... Butterflies, as you know, they drop the eggs, which is that time of when you see the butterflies. It not means you are still in the trouble, but you are getting the message you are going to be in the trouble.
Because, of course, from the butterfly eggs, there comes caterpillars, and, of course, they're going to start eating things, aren't they?
Later you will get the worms. When the eggs is breaking, the eggs is breaking and the worms coming out, you will get... But there is two different worms, which is the butterflies, they drop the eggs and they breaking out the green worms.
Yeah, they're the ones.
There is another one, they like a spider. They walk and they run very quickly. When you go, when I say from there, people they say, oh yeah, because when you open the grass, you will see something very fastly walking. Not very dangerous. They are small, but 24 hours they eat in the grass. That's what they do. So with those ones, you just spray it normal insecticides, which is they just kill them. But if you want to make sure you have an eggs for the worms, there is a chemical which is break the eggs and also kill the worms as well. Of course, if you want to do something with the butterflies, if you remember, we showed the yellow sticky ones.
That's it. Yeah, they were squares, weren't they, of sticky plastic? I think they were that you can hang in the garden,
trees, or some. You can do some on the plants or on the walls, just drop them. This is the way you can catch the butterflies.
Yeah, that's it. And they'll stick to the those squares. And
if there is no butterflies, this means there is no eggs, there is no worms.
Oh, well, that's good as well, because it's also an organic way of killing the butterflies as well. We don't have to use pesticides.
Yeah, and you notice there is some flies here today, which is, as we said, basil and the geraniums. If you plant your garden, you get less flies.
Yeah, well, that's interesting to know. So if you do have any queries, please email Serdar and he'll be happy to help.
Yeah, we are here to help.
And I'm sure we could go on talking about the garden, especially how green the grass is and everything, all the plants in the garden, but I'm afraid that's all we have time for today.
Yes.
So happy gardening, everybody.
Happy gardening again. If you like, I can take you around the garden and show you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you next week then.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Why are Gardena cutting tools so reliable and long-lasting? Why are they so comfortable to use? Because Gardena tools' quality and perfect form are constructed by people who love gardening themselves and who know just what our customers want. Because their innovative ideas are put into practice with the best materials and the most up-to-date production techniques. Because we make high-quality materials even harder and even better. Because we strive for perfection in the production phase. Only our best blades go on for further processing. Because we constantly test our blades for precision. Coat them using the most modern methods, thus permanently improving them for easier cutting. Because our precision blades are mounted with the greatest accuracy. And ultimately, because our employees have a trained eye and an intuitive feeling for each of our products. This is how perfect cutting tools are created, produced and tested for many years of tough garden use. They resist blistering sunlight. In tests, our high-quality plastics have to withstand the intensity of 3 years of Australian sunshine. They are left out in the cold, defying temperature shocks from -10 to +60 degrees Celsius. They are constantly in use. Training in the laboratory for a marathon 7,500 meters lawn edging. They are tireless, enduring tests in which the handles are opened and closed 50,000 times and 5,000 cuts in hard, dry beechwood. For the sake of your joints, they absorb the hard impact of 2,000 lifts and then still have to be able to take a fall or two without complaint. Because this is the use for which our cutting tools have been developed and produced, winning prizes time and again with a 25-year guarantee so that you can enjoy them for years to come. Gardena, live your garden.